Greetings, greetings. Long day. Yeah, man. Very tall day. Or I should say a few days. Anyway, Eurasian wars, the great distraction, a Wakan grassroots sovereign movement, or clarity. Throughout the modern era, Eurasia has been the stage for the world's most devastating wars. From the trenches of World War I to the ideological standoff of the Cold War, conflicts across of this vast Eurasian landmass absorb the attention of all world governments, peoples, and historians alike. Yet, beneath the smoke of battle, another story unfolded, one of financial restructuring and legal innovations. Wars distracted the world, but the true legacy lay in the institutions and doctrines forged in the shadows of these Eurasian wars. And when I say Eurasian, I include these so-called Anglo-American. They are in fact Eurasian. Their point of origin is not this location. Donald Trump and his kind put it that way. World War One, the collapse of the old order. So there was an old order and then bringing the new order. The First World War consumed Europe in unprecedented destruction. Unprecedented destruction, meaning it never gone before. Political leaders and the public were fixated on survival, but the deeper consequences were the collapse of the classical gold standard right after the First World War. Nations suspended convertibility to finance war, ushering in an era where central banks became indispensable. Reparations and debt settlement after 1918 created new mechanism for international finance, laying the groundwork for institutions that would outlast the war itself. Interwar experiments, the BIS and managed currencies. Now, BIS is the acronym for Banking for International Settlers or International Settlement. And when you hear managed currency, managed would mean control. So, Adama control this monetary system. The interwar years were marked by instability, hyperinflation in Germany, the rise of fascism, the fragile democracies that I talk about back in those times. Yet, amid this turmoil, the Bank for International Settlements, which was established in 1930, was founded to manage reparation and stabilize monetary relations. So the Bank for International Settlement was founded or established to manage reparations and stabilize monetary relations. Currency management and exchange controls became tool of governance. Again, currency management and exchange controls became tools of governance, while international arbitration and debt reconstruction advanced legal framework. So this is what I've been saying all along. When we express the facts that by them initiate these subtle changes, removing the substance and replacing it with fictional promise, literally paper. In other words, material money was dematerialized. You understand? And then digitalized. And now them are going to try tokenize the very same federal currency. Yeah, Agorá is created from the Federal Reserve by way of a federal bank deposit, literally. So we have to go to the root to find the truth. So when we are express ourselves, we have clarity, not just the accuracy, but it's crystal clear. Clarity. Yeah, man. I love it. I really love it. Again, with the collapse of the gold standard, nations suspended convertibility to finance war, ushering a new era. And this was when the central bank became the cornerstone, and we always say whoever have the goal or the imaginary goals, they are the ones who make the rule. So these Babylonians create what is known as Federal Reserve System, banking system, and pretend as if the reserve meaning them have a whole bunch of gold stored somewhere to convert whatever cash. And because them never have no gold, them a trick the ones them. This is how them try say perfect whatever them a do with this programmable system of currency what them a bring forward. However, let me get back to my notes and stay on point. Now, again, we have said the BIS, Bank for International Settlement, founded for the merger and reparation and stabilization of the monetary relation, currency management and exchange control became tools of governance, while international arbitration and debt reconstruction advanced legal frameworks. The world gaze, again, the world's gaze was fixed on political crisis, just like now. Everybody's gaze is over there in Eurasia or the Near East area, where they have this political conflict or political crisis, where Donald Trump and the little gay sodomite Benjamin Netanyahu, that, well, let me do it, but I go down that road. Let me just call them this. The Epstein or Epstein, I don't know these people, syndicate, put it that way. All of them are one and the same. And if them have anything what them do in them private or them personal areas, we can't get involved. But they can't in a personal area commit crime and say why it is excusable. No such thing. No such thing. So when you're gay in a personal thing, that's fine. But the criminality behind nonsense, when you want to eat babies and you want, you know what I mean? Have all kind of intercourse with fetus where baby born or and all of these nonsense I've heard because we can't deal with these kind of people on that level. And when someone did that express to me that what some of these things, I'm like, man, I really want to hear all of those nonsense. Yeah, man, because through them demonic, them can't function normally. They can always pretend they're actors. Some of them are great actors. They'll always pretend. You understand? But when you catch up with them in a personal capacity, check for criminality. That's all. So if I abandon the Epstein syndicate, where Donald Trump is obviously a part of, yeah, man. Him and him friend, all I'm friend them where I fight Iran. Because the aggressor is always in dishonor. And I don't see where Iran so far away have to do with we around here. So you understand? That's why we call it a Eurasian war. All of them are the same. Eurasian mixed group of different kind of people. Separate and distinct from us. Yeah, man. Literally. And this is why we have to make an effort to express ourselves, why we make a declaration, we bring forward the constitution, and we bring forward the Bill of Rights and the governance of the constitution, all of these things, you know what I mean? But the ancestors, some of us touch upon this straight away, because most people remain distracted, literally, and can't help it. Now, the world's gaze was fixed on political crisis, but the architecture of modern finance was quietly being assembled. No different from the Brentwood, a group meeting where they create all of these financial nonsense. Now, we leave from World War One, we are look from World War Two, planning the post-war order. So them done with the old order, so them are come with the post-war order. The Second World War again centered Eurasia in global conflict. These people are always at it. While armies clash, financial planners prepared for a new order. The Bretton Woods Conference of 1944 established the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank, IMF and World Bank, embedding the United States financial dominance and codifying rules for global trade. Global mean world trade. And this is where the problem is. It's all about trade. Yeah, man. The global north, as them call themselves now, excuse me, them are do them own thing, called the global south, with the US will always dominate, violate these people, lock out Russia with them swift monetary system and do what them want. So the people them just create them own thing, just like how I create I own thing for I and I people. And because them create them own thing now, Babylon say, hey, we can't deal with that, we want that. They've been fighting when they're over there, then they migrate and come over here, or immigrate and come over here, or come invade this location, and them still a fight. Pay attention out there. You see nobody like me have any issues internationally. You see anybody looking like me, I organize any army and say we want anybody's property. No, it's only one set of people who behave and carry and conduct themselves that way. And then, well, I'll say the leadership, but you have others who are non-leaders that benefit tremendously from their leaders. You just say slavery. Because that's what them are trying to enslave Iran. Just like how them come over here and whip our ancestors' ass and trick others and slave the populace and take all our resources. Yeah, man. And for some reason, The smart people out there sit on this information what I'm gonna present. Me can't just discover this thing. How? It's impossible for me just come forward and I figure out this thing and I put these things together like nothing at all. How? I've never been to these people's formal institution of learning. I've never been. And why are none of these people that, have all of these accreditation now express the information this way from a grassroots perspective? So our people who are grassroots, but they don't have the tail end of everything. Yeah, man, we so far behind, we have to try very hard to catch up. Because when we just master the whole system, we are expressed to say it a change. The beauty about this change is that I am here. Yeah, man. And it's a beautiful thing if you express the change for the ones them out there. Boy, I'm say I now do this, I stick with the script, but me always, love go on some kind of tantrum and just talk, and I want to read. Let me get back to it. Again, financial dominance and codifying rules for global trade. Legal framework for reconstruction and liberalization were drafted even as bomb fell back in World War II. The war distracted from the fact that the foundations of post-war globalization were already being laid. So them create them globalization, then them accept them and divide it now. Because US is dominated and US gets so arrogant, them start focus, them start party with Epstein. All of them. Not one of them can say them know Epstein. All of them. You understand? Is a demonic group of people. I'm not afraid to say it. Donald Trump, you're a demonic. Whatever it is you are, guy. Because you're going to provoke Iran and fight war, mash up the whole thing as a distraction. So you're going to sacrifice a whole host of living souls to suit or satisfy demonic agenda. Well, watch we not participate. We not have no interest. We say sovereign. And that means we are God in a phone system, whether I like it or not. We are king in a phone system. We are the superior court justice. In other words, we stay on top of the bureaucracy we want to operate under, literally. So this is clarity. Post-Cold War to present. All right, Mura said from post-Cold War to the present. Conflict amid globalization. Even after the Cold War, Eurasia remained a theater of destruction. Tell me I'm lying. Again, Eurasia, that rotted place, remained a theater for destruction. From the Balkan Wars to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Yet, globalization of finance, digital banking, and supranational regulation advanced regardless. Legal doctrines around sovereignty, human rights, and transparency strengthened while central banks emerged as guardians against systematic crisis from the 2008 financial crisis to to the 2019 COVID pandemic nonsense. Now, legal doctrines around sovereignty, around human rights. Now, if I say around, well, let me rephrase that. Legal doctrine around human sovereignty, human rights, and corporate government transparency should strengthen. However, central bank emerge as guardians against systematic crisis. In other words, they might use the banking codes as laws. So anything we are going is to protect their banking system, literally. From the 2008 financial crash to the pandemic shock, the wars captured headlines just like now, but the deeper story was one of systematic resilience and adoption. Systematic resilience and adoption are the change that. Conclusion: Eurasian wars were the great destruction of modern history. They consumed attention, resources, and lives. Yes, they did. But beneath them, financial and legal system evolve in ways that prove more enduring than the battle themselves. Central banking, international law, and global governance were not forged in peace, but in the crucible of distraction. To understand the modern world, one must look beyond the wars themselves to the institutions quietly built while the world was watching the frontline actions over there in Iraq, Iran, Israel, Dubai, all of these Near East or Eurasian location. Yes, I now we're gonna look upon the strategic silence, meaning nobody now talk about the change, the devil switch where I make, where they want perfect the enslavement. No one, well, few people are talk about it, very few. Why global upheaval like the war over there in the Near East mask the termination of birth certificate bond? Most people now go connect the two, you know. Most people can't see it. So everything is finance, everything is about money. And hey, what do you think them a fight over? Really? Yeah, man. Always about trade, always about the slave trade. And right now, Iran kind of surprised these people. Excuse me, I kid you not. God, them a look for Iran being a little ragtag, backbush, rapid people where them always beat and whoop and come with them technological warfare and decimate these locations. Now, for some reason, Iran does formalize a little deal with the BRIC countries, where Russia is there, China is there. So Iran said, what? My bad like yours. Prepare. And because Iran was prepared, it catch the Epstein syndicate, by surprise, embarrass the mess out of these filthy demonic ones out there. Literally. Yeah, man. We have enough of the nonsense. Many years ago, when the brick just a farm, I share that information and say, boy, I better we work with this kind of system opposed to this oppressive, controlling system. We literally enslave you by way of the birth registration bond, the birth certificate bond. Yeah, man. So the chaos obscures the quiet liquidation of birth certificate bond, forcing us to reclaim sovereign state capacity from a failing fiat system. We navigate this legal fiction by exposing our international upheaval, facilitate the convert, facilitate to let me slow it down. we navigate the legal fiction, which is the birth registration form, by exposing how international upheaval facilitates the covert termination of these instruments, these bond security instruments. Securing our West Indian dominion requires decodifying these maneuvers to assert our inherent national autonomy. Yeah, them are like when I say sovereignty, so I think I'm going to rearrange and don't bother use sovereignty and use autonomous and autonomy. But then again, in them faced with sovereignty, because I am that sovereign. I am E. Who worry about it? I am that sovereign man, and so are you, if you so choose to be, naturally. The hidden agenda. While the world stares at the headline of global conflict and economic collapse, like what going on over there in the Near East or Eurasian, a far more permanent shift is happening in the shadows. The authorities are using this strategic silence to mask the systematic termination of birth certificate bonds. If you do not understand how your legal identity is being decoupled from the financial system right now, you are walking into a trap. Wow. The provocative question. Have you ever wondered why global upheaval seems so perfectly synchronized across every continent? Think about it. It's a smokescreen designed to distract you from the quiet dissolution of the very bonds that back your legal existence. Again, the bond that backed your legal existence. All I want to talk about, true we get to learn it now, they might change it up. But hey, we're here. So any change we make, yeah, man, we're up on top of it. And we got grandfather in, because it look like them are going to liquidate everything right now in a 2026, yeah? So I'm going to have to go notify that location instantly and say, more settle, give me my cash now. And give them the birth certificate and take my cash and run. Well, whatever credit them have. It's all business and nothing good or bad, it's just business. You have the instrument, it's been an investment. Just figure out how you can, get paid for that instrument. Because right now on the island, I think Jamaica rearranged so much things. But you see, because I know say the Jamaica Labour Party that do all of those changes, yeah, it can be reversed. Why? Because we don't have no confidence in that criminal political party. Everything and anything with that political party did have to be reversed. And listen, these people, yeah, we have to take back everything what them have and disperse it amongst the people and hold these people accountable. We don't want to see them in prison. We want to see them executed. We want to see them hanged. We want to see them terminated from this existence. Because it's a new era, Yeah, man. So the great Babylonian beast system, this aggressor, whether us tell us that you're wrong, tell us that you're guilty, this aggressive system, Iran have put it in a place, literally, and it had do it right in front of the world. Yeah, man. Right in front of the world's face. Put Donald Trump and his Epstein syndicate, these demonic group of people. Yeah, put them in a them demonic place, man. Judgment them, man, embarrass them, man. But you know them are gonna fight, you know. But me know say it's all a distraction. All of them are work together to enslave the human. That's who them want to enslave. A lot of non-human is out there. And all of them non-human there seem to be operating in leadership position. Hence, them not have no empathy. You know, so Donald Trump and the Israeli bomb one whole school with children, girls. So them are sacrifice. These people are something else. Not human, but something else. Yes, I. What else we can touch upon? Again, it's smokescreen designed to distract you from the dissolution of the very bond that back your legal existence. We are witnessing the end of the birth certificate bond era. That's why the changes make me that try to figure out why that go on. So, you know, it take me a while, you know. But as we go along, we'll get a little bit more clarity and have some more information to present. And once the dust settles from this manufactured chaos, the rules of ownership will have changed forever. Again, we are witnessing the end of the birth certificate bond era. And once this dust settled, this war and this nonsense settled, from this manufactured chaos where you say these little gay Epstein people start, the rules of ownership will change forever. So it's like how you see me I do my thing out here. And me already have things on record where I say this is who I am and what I am and what I am about. I'm grandfathered in. Yeah, so my words are construed as law, literally. Why? Because we are showing you the de facto people, you know, are going with themselves like them forgot. They forgot their creation. They forgot the constitution where established them, literally. They don't want to be a state anymore. They want to be a corporate entity. So when you used to be like how the birth certificate would be, my birth certificate that I have right now and can demonstrate, it will show you Jamaica as being the state. Now the new government of Jamaica birth certificate, birth registration form what them have, that now I express to you say you are no longer a state entity or state citizen, but you're a corporate person, a corporate entity. In fact, a business enterprise, really. Yeah, business trust, a business express trust. But them a change up all of that now. Literally right in front of you. However, all them a do is more digitize the nonsense where them say them have control over the very digitized currency. So them are gonna give you a token that is programmable. And once you hear the word programmable, you know it have everything to do with control. They'll turn off your money and turn on your money. A man like me, them are gonna tell me, say, I'm going to turn off your money because you're gonna buy weed. And we don't want you buying weed. We want you buy our kind of pharmaceutical oxycontin and them nonsense there. So them are gonna turn off my me not the watch me now. You're not gonna fool me with bullshit. I'm a simple man, plain man. Yeah, man, and me as a man find value not in a things, not even in the currency per se. I find value in a people. And that's my place value. It's like me have some ones in a my thing where they are priceless. to me, literally. In other words, we can't place value upon these people when these people are so committed and sincere, and people are priceless. While most people will look upon a man with a big car and say, yeah, I bet, you know, and that man is probably one of the Epstein syndicate. Yeah, man. For them criminality go beyond the norm, yeah. For them criminality, you know, say, is underlined by the demonology what them study. Yeah, man. The Epstein syndicate. Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, that Polish guy, where tricked the world, saying something else. Yeah, man. It's amazing. I'm glad me a comedian. Yeah, man, true, me a comedian. Me can talk like this and them not get offended. Them just say, sure, that island comedian. You only have 5 and 6 views. Don't worry about him. You don't have to send a secret service out there. No, the US Marshal, none here. They can just ignore him. And I say gratitude. I am that sovereign only. Yeah, man. You know, as summer go on, I'm just going on with myself all the time. Anyway, again, the urgency and consequence. Now, the clock is ticking on one of the greatest administrative reset in modern history. And almost no one is talking about it. Nobody now talk about the reset, you know. Where them experience. We literally experience the reset, but it's a subtle and them a carry all over the place. When it's not Epstein and for them thing, it's P. Diddy and Finn thing. And when all of that now really, you know, catch the crowd, yeah, these Epstein guys just broke a big war. True destruction. Well, you see, as long as them keep it over there in Eurasia, we are right. So I want to talk to this man, what am I talk? When call him? Rona, what that place name? North Korea? Yeah, him look like a rascal, dangerous brethren, and a little short fat Chinese man there. Korean man there. I don't think the China would appreciate it or him, but I mean, him look like a seal. Him just a line up round on this landmass. I don't like that. Brethren, watch me now. Find out what Donald Trump did. Find out what Benjamin Netanyahu did. And send your missile in them location only. Because we don't agree with them. We don't agree with Donald Trump for come here come colonize with Donald Trump and my president. I fire burn Donald Trump. I call him corporate boss. Because I'm a CEO over a corporation. Donald Trump, you can't talk to me. I wasn't afraid of none of them machine. Well, you're not going to send no kind of bomb around here, so. We can't manage none of it. Not one night. We can't even manage one of them little Houthi drone there. None of it we can manage. So we don't want it. Yeah, man, but we not go agree with no demonic nonsense. We have fire burn, we want to leave our location. So if North Korea have a bomb we want to send around here, so North Korea just be specific here. So just put the Epstein syndicate name on your bomb so them get it. That is it. Again, urgency and consequence. Again, the clock a tick. As of March 26, the termination of the birth certificate bond is reaching its final phase under the cover of international turmoil. Again, let me go back on that. The clock is ticking on the greatest administrative reset in modern history. and almost no one is talking about it. As of March 2026, the termination of the birth certificate bond is reaching its final phase under the cover of international turmoil. You need to look past the noise of the news media cycle to see how your sovereignty is being recoded before the window to act is closed forever. When I hear that, let me repeat that little part. People who are sleeping and get caught in the political shenanigans locally and domestically as colonized sheeps, you need to look past the noise of the news to see how your sovereignty is being recoded before the window to act is closed for good. The distraction doctrine. We have to analyze why current 2026 geopolitical conflicts are dominating the 24-hour news cycle while major financial structural shifts go unrecorded, unreported, and nobody really now focus right there. Well, now I'm going to try to explain the concept of the strategic silence where international and institutional silence on administrative changes used to merge public perception during crises. Well, I forgot to bridge the gap between the visible global unrest and the invisible restructuring of individual sovereigns debt instrument, meaning a birth certificate. It's yours. I am sovereign, but me have a legal entity. So me have to go cash in this thing and see what me can get from it real quick and fast. Yeah, before them go on with what them are going with. Because obviously something are going with them now gonna tell we about. Nobody now gonna tell we about. Sometimes the ancestors just tap me on my shoulder and say, brethren, look here. And when me look, I said, wait, and what that? Yeah, man. And as we're there, I can see if I can mess with this digital currency and elaborate a little bit more. I don't want to take up much more time. You know, this thing I go on, people fall asleep. But, you know, we say the digital money trap. Them have a thing them called Project Agora, where the Bank for International Settlement, BIS, them said them are exploring tokenization of cross-border payments on a digitally programmable platform. This is the next set of information I'll put together. I don't want to forget how night, but probably next time I can just publish it or you know, share it and talk about it. It'll get into the blueprint for the future monetary system. Them say improving the old, enabling the new. Today, the current Eurasian monetary system stands at the cusp of another major leap. Following dematerialization and digitalization, the key development is tokenization, which is the process of representing claims digitally on a programmable platform. This can be seen as the next logical step in digital record keeping and asset transfer. Now, one of the most important things for the sovereign is his record keeping. You have to be the keeper of your records. You can't allow Babylon to have for them own database. Because them have their own thing go on. But if you not have something to refute that, then it will be assumed so you have not like that and you are that piece of people, you are that slave. So this is why I say, I'm on always a documenting and so we place it on the public record and we get the certificate of fact. Usually cannot be rebutted. Once they place a thing on the record, everyone get notification and it's there for 1 year and a day. After 1 year and a day, it's matured. It becomes law. Really. Really. Now, tokenization could dramatically enhance the capabilities of the monetary and financial system by harnessing new ways for intermediaries. These are the problem. These intermediaries will claim interest and stipulate terms. Yeah, man. By harnessing new ways for intermediaries to interact in serving end users, removing the traditional separation of messaging, reconciliation, and settlement. Them said tokenization could unlock new type of economic arrangement that the friction inherent, what friction in the current monetary system have hitherto made impractical. What friction? Because so now listen, so now use paper now present substance. There is no equal exchange in value. Me can't give my good asset and you give me a piece of imaginable paper or some fucker on computer and tell me, say, yeah, this is, this is it. This is consideration. No, man. If me I give my live asset, if you give me live asset, if you give me diamond, or if you give me gold coins, or if you give me even silver coins, 99.9% proof. That's equal exchange of value. Not this credit debt mess where we don't know about or comprehend. Now them are change it to a next level where it's programmable. So them are gonna literally turn on your money and turn, hey, you hear me tell you, I'm unlike me who function outside of the system, none of it going to apply to me. Because they're gonna exist and flourish without the nonsense. Why? Because I totally comprehend say, them are my servant and me are them boss. And that can never change. No public servant can come dictate no terms or condition to me without presenting a contract or blow your blood clot head off and wipe away your family clean from this existence and start a new precedent. Won't have to correct on yourself or die brawling. What you say? Underestimate, well, I call it underestimate Iran now. I'll see if we not get an irregular action. We set precedent in our location. Totally decimate on a jurisdiction. Yeah, man. Obliterate on the organization. On the truth can do that. Nothing else. Anyway, we can go some more and more, but I'm gonna wrap it up right now. Yeah, me just say me a pass through for a quick second. I'm there over this side. Now I'm living up. Yeah, that's what I do my thing. Kind of like usually when I really have my big crowd, so I know I'm not crush nothing too much. What we do, we just give thanks for everything. Yeah, man. In every which way. I come over this side and I see it stuck like the last time, but I just assume everything flowing And now, yes, it move again. I won't worry. Salute. I have two views. Complete gratitude, whoever it is. And yeah, we have bring a perspective where I know Babylon out there say, who that little man, the man, and when come from, man. How much time we have there? 50 minutes? I'm going to share something else with the people. And then yeah, let me see if I can. Like validate certain things and just wrap it up, you know. Okay, where is it? Where is this version again? Man, what was it again? I'm gonna get a brother too much room. Here it is. See if I can share it. Here with me just a second here.
It is the new operating system for the entire Western banking world. Launched by the Bank for International Settlements and 7 of the world's most powerful central banks, this isn't just a new coin, it is a unified ledger. What does that mean? It means your bank deposit is no longer money that you own. It is now a programmable centralized network. Think about that word, programmable. It means your money now has rules, it has conditions, and if necessary, it just mutated. While it didn't stop celebrating the death of the dollar, it didn't die, it just mutated. While the world was distracted by the BRICS summit and the new gold currency in Shanghai, the Federal Reserve was quietly building a trap in New York. It is called Project Agora. Most of you have never heard this name. You won't find it on the front page of the news. But as of 2026, it is the new operating system for the entire Western banking world. Launched by the Bank for International Settlements and 7 of the world's most powerful central banks, this isn't just a new coin, it is a unified ledger. What does that mean? It means your bank deposit is no longer money that you own. It is now a programmable token on a centralized network. Think about that word, programmable. It means your money now has rules, it has conditions, and if necessary, it has an off switch. The BRICS nations are backing their money with gold to give you freedom. The West is backing their money with code to give them absolute control. If the unit was the lifeboat, Project Agora is the digital cage, and the scariest part, you're already inside it. To understand the magnitude of the trap that has just been set, you have to look at what didn't make the headlines this week. While the cameras were focused on the BRICS summit, while the financial pundits were arguing about the price of gold in Shanghai, and while Twitter was debating the collapse of the bond market, a much more significant event took place behind closed doors in Basel, Switzerland. This is the headquarters of the Bank for International Settlements, the BIS. It is often called the central bank of central banks. It is the only bank in the world that is sovereign territory, immune to the laws of Switzerland, immune to the laws of the United States, and immune to any audit. And in that fortress, the architects of the Western financial system hit the execute button on a plan they have been refining for 3 years. They call it Project Agora. The name comes from the Greek word for marketplace. It sounds friendly, it sounds open, it sounds public, but the reality is the exact opposite. Project Agora is the largest, most ambitious attempt to centralize the global monetary system since the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913. And unlike the BRICS gold currency, which is an open challenge to the dollar, Project Agora is a silent coup. It is an update to the back-end code of money itself. So, who is involved? This isn't just a rogue experiment. This is the Alliance of 7, the Federal Reserve, USA, the Bank of England, UK, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of France, the Bank of Korea, the Bank of Mexico, the Swiss National Bank. Together with the private banking giants, the systemically important institutions like JP Morgan, Citi, and HSBC, they have agreed to merge their operations onto a single shared platform. This is where you need to pay close attention because the technical details are where they hide the handcuffs. For the last 50 years, the banking system has worked on a system of fragmented ledgers. If you bank with Chase, Chase keeps a record of your money. If you send money to a friend who uses Wells Fargo, Chase has to send a message to the Federal Reserve, who then settles the transaction and tells Wells Fargo to update their record. It is slow, it is clunky, it takes days, but crucially, it creates layers of separation. Your money sits in a private institution. Project Agorá destroys those layers. It introduces a concept called the unified ledger. Imagine a single digital spreadsheet that contains every dollar, every euro, every yen, and every bond in the Western world. On this unified ledger, central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, live side by side with tokenized deposits. This is the critical shift. They're not asking you to switch to a CBDC. They know you hate CBDCs. They know the public doesn't trust the government with a direct digital wallet, so they pulled a bait and switch. Instead of giving you a new currency, they are simply tokenizing the money you already have. Your bank deposit, the number you see on your screen when you log into your banking app, is currently a liability of the commercial bank. It is a promise that they will pay you cash if you ask for it. Under Project Agorá, that deposit is converted into a token that lives on the unified ledger controlled by the central bank. Why does this distinction matter? Because a token is not money. A token is a piece of software code that represents money. So because it is software, it can be programmed. This is the Trojan horse. The BIS is selling Project Agorá to the world as a solution to speed and efficiency. They claim it will make cross-border payments instant. They say it will stop fraud. They say it will modernize the economy to compete with China's WeChat and Alipay. And to be fair, they are right. It will be faster, it will be more efficient. But efficiency is the enemy of privacy. In a fragmented system, no single entity sees the whole picture. Chase sees what you do at Chase. The Fed sees the aggregate data. In a unified ledger, the central bank has what military strategists call stop celebrating the death of the dollar. It didn't die. Stop celebrating the death of the dollar. It didn't die. It just mutated. They passed it. While the nation was distracted by political theater, while the mainstream media was covering scandals and celebrity gossip, while Americans were arguing about issues that do not matter, something happened in Washington that threatens every ounce of gold and silver you own. They passed an emergency bill, buried in over 2,000 pages of legislation, hidden in language so dense that most congressional staffers did not read it, concealed from public view until it was too late to stop. Section 47, 2 words that should terrify every precious metals owner in America. 2 words that grant the Federal Reserve emergency powers that have not existed since 1933. 2 words that authorize the government to confiscate privately held gold and silver under conditions of what they define as monetary emergency. This is not a drill. This is not speculation about what could happen. This is the law, passed, signed, on the books, ready to be activated with a single declaration from the Treasury Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Finance Reality. I have spent the last 2 weeks reading every page of this legislation.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Give thanks and praise. Yeah, the last video that me are looking at them comment and them must say fake, them research it, so me have to make sure me do the research there. However, let me present this thing and see if it can. I think it's a little bit slow. I'll find the page where I'm at. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna share this page so the item can share screen. This way there, them can see so and make up them thing and on a fake AI news. See it here. This is the Bank for International Settlement Innovation Hub. You know what I mean? If we're looking at projects and see what them have. My thing is so slow. I want to see that Agorá. Here we go. There we go. Oh, look at that. 16th of September 2024. Why is on my earth strong them I do all of these things? I don't understand these things. What I mean them I make fun of or what? People, look at it. Jamaica Institute, the Jamaica Trust Act, 16th of September 2019. And look at this, 16th of September 2024. Project Agora, exploring tokenization of cross-border payments. Here it is. You know what I mean? Agora is a groundbreaking, innovative or initiative that aims to test the desirability, feasibility, and viability of a multi-currency unified ledger for wholesale cross-border payments. It is based on a concept initially proposed by the Bank for International Settlements. And them propose it, a them initiative, and them are go on with it. And where them a come from? Them a come from around Amsterdam, around Eurasia, the Amsterdam, at the very same VOC company, at the very same banking syndicate, at them same one, literally. Them Epstein a friend, all of them. That's why them try to use money as a weapon for enslavery. And this is why you say the BRIC nation, them must say, yo, our system are free. I never hear Russia have no nigger slave. I never hear it. I never hear Iran have no nigger slave. I never hear it. Really, think about it. I remember what was it, the 60s or 70s when them would have that little Iran thing where them kidnap a whole heap of people. And I remember the Iran leader at the time, I said, watch out, release them black people, like them are under pressure like we, and yeah, them not no money if they come go on with themselves, so release them. Right now, if Iran kept some of these black people, I mean, I think him about do that because some of our people will switch. A lot of black people are clone. I don't think them real. Really. That's why I'm gonna classify myself as not black this or that, or not African this or that, no, not Jamaican this or that. I am a Wakan. Bold and brave, firm and strong. Yeah, man. Excuse me. Should I get some other cranberry drink there, but I don't want to leave my station, you know? Yeah, man. Remember, you know, freedom of advocacy. Yeah, man. And as we say, freedom is synonymous with sovereignty. Yeah, man. So this is why we use truth as our compass and guide. We now play the surface nonsense like some of these ones out here. We want to go to the root for ascertain the truth so we can remain accurate when we are express ourselves. Yeah, what is your state? Most of them are say Alabama, Virginia, all of my state is sovereign state of being. Sovereign state of being, not Jamaica. Jamaica over sovereign. You're mad with them teeth and dirty politician here. Are you insane? No, man. I am he. Yeah, man. Just like the item out there. them have to just choose to be. Anyway, them can do these research. Them can, you know what I mean, just go through it like I, man. And then them can just, you know, decide, because them will present this thing, but them not gonna tell us, boy, them will give a programmable currency, meaning them can turn it on and off. Them are gonna try everything for hijack what is pure out there. And the American system with them dollar, them imaginary dollar, fuck up the world, literally. That's why I said the change is out there. I can never be anti-America, because I am America, not these Anglo foreign people. All of them point of origin is documented, every single one of them. Now, the Messiah carry them to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah, man, where all of them go and fight war and destroy themselves, and I, as Nestorian king, shall reign supreme. I care zero about them war out there. It have nothing to do with we. Yeah, man, and I care what them do to we. All when them give we poison, I care what they do to us, whether they are same way as an anomaly. Them I wonder how them can't get rid of we. That's who we be. Yeah, man, the original beings of this earth. Yeah, man, the original ones of this Western hemispheric region of Mother Earth. This is who we are. Yeah, man. Our walk in the nation in America, bold and brave, firm and strong. Salute, free people. Again, complete gratitude out there. Yeah, man. Complete gratitude. This thing, yeah. Well, I'm gonna be patient with it. Yeah, man. I like that imagery. I mean, I ask the computer to build that image for me. I mean, I tell you, I can start work with these things, you know. I really like it. Anyway, stay safe out there. Complete gratitude. Above them level, way beyond, fly over them head. Y'all are too distracted out there.